Oh, John, another week gone.
I know, 2 weeks since, not that I didn't speak to you in 2 weeks, spoke to you 5 minutes ago this morning. But 2 weeks since we did the show.
Yeah, so we done the show.
It was lovely. It was a lovely show with the music and the musical project they created here.
Well, I think people would have enjoyed it rather than the doom and gloom. There's a lot of doom and gloom, and of course there's wars going on all over the world. You know, and it's just
a light relief.
And I hope the people enjoyed it, which we did anyway. We enjoyed it.
We did. Nice lads to talk to.
So today, what we talking about today,
we I suppose here at St Mary's we just kind of feel that there's a gap in the kind of service there for kind of looking after the climate and how we respond to climate change and how we kind of run programs and services based around us, like in looking after our community with climate and low carbon footprint and all that kind of stuff. So there's a few things we're trying to do here. We already do a few programs here that do kind of contribute to looking after the climate and stuff. Like we do upcycling furniture. You know, people are too quick to throw away their old furniture instead and buying new ones, which it puts more pressure on the landfill. So we're upcycling. We do stuff like air frying, which I don't know if people don't realise, but if you use an air fryer, it's about 50% less wattage than an electric cooker.
I didn't know that.
So bearing in mind the fuel consumption side of it, and we do gardening, and we put down butterfly bushes to get the flora and fauna back into the area. And currently we're going to be building raised beds, bug hotels for the kids, but the raised flower beds. Then we've this program that we kind of taught kind of a placeholder name at the moment called Seed to Plate, because we do a lot of training programs around food. We're hoping to grow the food, like the veg and stuff. So with some of our handy lads here, one yourself included, John, are going to be
I wouldn't say that now, John. Would you eat something I was after going, John?
No, but you're going to be building the raised beds, we're going to hopefully have a place there for them, and then we're going to raise them, grow them, and then cook them. And it's the whole idea of it's like, if you ever heard stories, the way people often say, why were gardens built so big after in the 50s and stuff. The reason behind that was during the war, and rationing was a key thing, and they wanted, the government, when they were doing social housing and stuff and all that, and building programs, wanted to have big gardens where people could go back to cook, growing their own food should they need to, because obviously the Second World War, the war to end all wars, and they had to be so that's why it's a good thing, because it lowers your carbon footprint, because you're not contributing to the plastic. I mean, you ever see bananas wrapped in plastic or stuff like that? The banana comes with a natural.
That's right, a natural
cover, but you see like plastic shrink wrapped over everything. And the whole idea is to grow your own food and use it. Obviously, use it within in an organic fashion.
But even sorry, John, for cutting across you there. Even yourself, you've a couple of chickens out home. And you brought in the fresh eggs to us as well. And you actually do notice the difference.
You do, the yellower yolk, and because they are
fresh,
free range, organic, But so that's the whole thing behind it, to get people into cooking their own food and then or growing their own food and then cooking their own food. And the other kind of things we're maybe looking at, working with, there's a couple of tutors here who said like we might have access to the local greenhouse and stuff like that, and just to try and kind of get people into the kind of mindset of how we lower our carbon footprint, and like we even brought in the battery recycling pods, which we have dotted.
That's right, and they've been a success so far.
So bring in your batteries and vapes, like household batteries, no, car batteries, because but vapes, disposable vapes. No place for the car battery. So stuff like that, just to kind of get in the mindset we're not throwing away stuff all the time. We're not creating, like when we leave this planet, what we're leaving behind besides ourselves, as whatever footprint, we're leaving a mess, and we're leaving a kind of we're contributing to landfills and pollution in the sea and plastics, and we need to be more cognizant of, are mindful of the generations coming after us, that we're looking after for our grandkids and our great grandkids and whoever we may never meet.
That's it. We don't. At times it's. I've done it myself. It's just as easy to catch it here, thrown out. Into the rubbish bin rather than the recycling bin, and it's too lazy to rub it out. It's raining or something like that. And in fairness, you're after hitting the nail on the head there. I think we need to start thinking, open our minds up a bit, that these things, it's not good for us.
Especially with furniture. If you look at, if you go like I'm not criticising the kind of brand furniture shops there, but they're that character than the modern, you remember the old furniture was the Dutch, there was a second hand, there was Dutch furniture was there. I remember the mother bringing me up to it, and it'd be old furniture, there'd be second hand furniture, but not second hand in a thrift kind of a manner. It'd be just quality furniture that went through different kind of owners, and we need to get in that mind, like stuff was built solid, and like your bookcases was there forever. Just give them a varnish, send them down. Like, why are we throwing them out? Why do we need to throw them out? And then buy something like some of those the stuff that you have to put together. I'm not again going to quote certain stores, but they're rubbish. They're made of inferior material. Some of the wood is not even wood. It's like concentrated cardboard stuck together. That's right, stuck together. And we're buying stuff that's not quality, that will end up in a landfill. Probably, it won't be passed down generations. So we should be looking at upcycling our furniture. We should be looking at gardening. We should be looking at all these things. And you know what? The gardening classes are great as well, because it's an intergenerational thing. Because you do see grandparents showing their grandkids how to do things, and that's a lovely thing, a connection you can have.
It's a nice thing to pass on.
It is, absolutely. It is. And you're getting the bees back because you're growing things, and you're getting the butterfly bushes out there.
That's right.
You're just, it's what. Look, so we seen there was a gap in the area. And we just decided, look, we're going to kind of see if we can do one or two things. And so on the webpage, we're going to have a dedicated page around this. We're going to hopefully produce an e-zine, which is like a newsletter that we just send out digitally. And we're going to, all the lads, yourself and all, I've talked to all of you, you're all going to contribute kind of thoughts and ideas around it. And we're going to come up with little projects, especially with Owen, the headmaster in the school next door, is very good, and he's very receptive to all these ideas, doing stuff maybe to get the kids involved.
Get the kids involved, which is a great thing.
And, little projects like the seed to plate kind of thing. Yeah. And just, really kind of maybe you're changing attitudes and minds. It's how we look at waste and how we contribute to the future of this planet. Without sounding too.
I think we do need to kind of switch back to the way things were years ago. That way, getting more involved with the lands, getting more involved with people being more comfortable with trying to grow your own cabbage stuff. Because we know people years ago, like we're not particularly that long ago, back in the 70s and 80s, we're growing their stuff in the gardens.
I mean, the most simplest thing to grow is potatoes. I couldn't even do it at home. But you know what? To grow potatoes, you actually only need a bag. You can put a bag and soil, and you just leave the tubers grow at the top. So some people, what they do is they put them up in the window, and because they're in the kind of direct light of the sun, the tubers grow. So you put them in, and from one potato gets about 9. So you're like basically multiplying product. And like you could grow from a bag, or you could grow from the ground, and it's very low maintenance. And you don't even have to check on them. As soon as you see flowers generally grow, they flower, then the potatoes are probably ready for picking. And you could get 3 crops a year. Like, somebody correct me on it, but I've.
I think I was just even watching the thing on was it a documentary about it, and they were just saying, like, if the world stopped now, God forbid not now, say the computers were knocked out up that we have for our bank details and the whole lot, would people be able to survive now? Personally, myself,
we've lost our way.
We've lost our way completely.
There's actually
our self-sufficiency is has died out a bit.
But even it's funny you said that. There was on the radio I was listening there a while ago. They were talking about there's a culture now, like in people are so connected to their kind of social media and their computers and tablets that they're losing the idea of making eye contact with someone, and that's a skill they're going to lose. Like even in Japan, I think they've stopped reproducing to the point they used to. I mean, there's less babies being born and stuff. No, we're not going to depopulate the world, but we're losing that ability to connect one to one, and we're a bit in our digital world, which is, I'm a fan of myself, to be honest. I love the digital world.
I think I couldn't think of I can't remember even before we had phones and things like that, mobile phones and
stuff. Do you remember broadband used to make a noise?
That's right, and they knock out your phone.
Then you could dunk on the phone and on the computer. And I suppose that's okay, but like, there's nothing like then getting out in a bit of fresh air. If you go for a walk. And you say if you take the dog for a walk, you all feel better.
You do feel better.
Endorphins are released in your brain.
And surprising, even though you're against going out in the first place. You said, I'll have to do this again. But you push yourself, you feel better when you come back.
It's like when you exercise after it releases certain endorphins. Feel good endorphins.
With these days of pressure, because I think people are under a lot more pressure today, just to survive. You need something, another hobby.
Nature,
and that's a great hobby to go back to, if you're honest. And John, that's great. Alongside St. John's Castle as well. There's another project up there.
Well, no, not definite. Hopefully, there's something we can do. Looking at that, we're looking at something with a tutor there, something we can do for the community, and just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
that's in the pipeline.
That's in the pipeline. Not yet. But King John's Castle, we're looking at something, but also we're looking at building our own mini allotments. Lovely. And the bulk hotels the lads are going to put together as well, and we're going to put up on the wall, and for the kids as well around, and just those kind of initiatives because we have we have a nice bit of flora and fauna around us there, which we keep in lovely condition, by the way. The lads that work here really work hard at making it kind of very presentable, and it's a lovely that's first impressions and all that, but we have butterfly bushes that we put down, and you can see the kind of rewilding kind of style coming back.
And you've a lot done out your own house as well.
I rewilded big parts of a paddock that came with the house, and the butterfly bombs are you kind of put them in, you throw them in and just water them and leave the wildflowers grow from it. You don't go you leave the weeds growing amongst them, but you section them around, and they look lovely. And that rewilding is kind of you can see the insects and stuff. It seems to be thriving because I have a few.
Well, the main thing is mankind is with pesticides and all that we do put on our weeds, which is one of the lads that's left here, Kevin. Yeah, he actually used to put vinegar and boiling water on.
That's right. He did boiling water on the moss outside. We never used that moss remover. We wouldn't buy it.
Cleared it, cleared it.
We're not a fan of it.
Because of kids coming in and dropping stuff on it and everything, and that
it's poison. It's poison.
Poison, yeah. So we don't. Because even they're on about worms and everything and things like that. We need the worms to sort out the soil and stuff.
Well, they do. If you're ever growing stuff and you see worms, they'll put a natural kind of tunnel system in the.
That's right. Leaves water get through. Leaves air.
So if you've worms there, things will grow. They even talked about crop rotation and stuff, and I never really knew what that was. But what it means is if you're doing the same crop in the same soil 4 years in a row, that's probably not a good idea. You're supposed to the certain nutrients repopulate. It is a fascinating subject that you can get really into, and it's not a boring thing to kind of lower your carbon footprint. Even yourself, you're not going to get a diesel car in this country in 10 years' time. They're going to be gone. They're going to die. So we're going to go hybrids and stuff, but we're going to go electric. Fully. When it becomes a bit more
and it will eventually be the same with the electrics and the hoses and things. There'll be solar panels and we'll have the air things, because we're running out of everything anyway. Oil is going to die out, the coals are going to die out, the briquettes, that's going to be stopped down the line, because a lot of places around the country are after being stopped. Turf, you can't cut so much turf anymore.
Can't sell it. I think you
can cut a bit if you have a little plot of your own. You can cut a bit, but you can only take so much out of that.
That's right.
So we have to kind of protect the world, but there's some great ideas going on here, John. There's some great things going on. And even in Soul Hill above their community above there, some of the houses that were knocked above there, it's gone on a good while up there, and credit to them, they've turned some of them into allotments, and a lot of people have got involved. A lot of they were given to the retired locals up there and things like that, and a lot of the young men got involved as well, and that's a big success.
A lot of the men sheds and stuff.
The men sheds, which is a great thing.
It's a great organisation.
They have
and women's shed now. It has to be said. That's one of the newer ones.
Oh, well, that's good as well, because it's, in fairness, the women were forgotten about there, kind of like that. So it's good to have women's shed as well. Well, all that kind of stuff going back into we have to get back into the land in the soil, especially the country we're in as well. Ireland.
We haven't got this would be the best country in the world if it wasn't for the weather, but everyone says that. But we still have a beautiful land.
We still have one of the greenest.
But no, I do believe we've won the lowest forestry kind of per
capita
or whatever it is. So that we've kind of destroyed our.
The Scandinavians have kind of gone ahead with that ahead of everyone, I think.
But we on the upside, we've some of the cleanest beaches and stuff like
which is great as well.
But we can do so much more, because I do believe we're missing the targets and stuff quite a lot.
Well, even as you said,
I think it's thrust upon us so quickly that we had to get to these things rather than we should have been more aware of it for years and done it gradually, and then we'd be in a position to say we are on target. But unfortunately, because we didn't really work toward it, we're in a position now to kind of put ourselves under pressure, and then people feel like that they're, especially I live out rural, and it's like your car is your lifeline.
That's right.
I mean, it's grand saying you should hop on your bike, but I live 20 kilometres away.
That's a no starter.
Well, I could do it, but I'd have to leave before 5 in the morning.
Yeah, and secondly, then you're not safe on those roads.
No, but jokes aside, that's a fact. And even the farmers and stuff, and they're under pressure to saying they need to do this and need to that. But like most farmers in this country just get by. They're not rich. Like they're not. No. It's a living. It's a hard job. That never ends, and it's 24/7. So for them to put them under more pressure to get these certain types of machinery that do different things, that costs an arm and a leg. But I think what we've done is we were so bad at it in this country for years that we just suddenly said, oh, now we've got this green initiative going, but we're so behind now, we have to condense it into a smaller chunk of time and get it done, and then we would have rushed everything through. But now look, the fact is it is at the stage where we need to act on it for future generations.
Well, we do. Well, I suppose with the farmers, I've done it myself a few times as well. Like, probably shouldn't be slagging them out, but the farmers are always giving out. Especially when you're walking and stuff, you automatically think, they're giving. They don't know, and in fairness, they don't get everything.
Yeah, some of them don't have herds; they have a few cows, and they just get by. And it is hard for them because if you look at some of the machinery they need to just do their job, it's like getting another mortgage. They're 6-figure machineries that they need just to do their job.
Well, sure, even the gentleman, the farm just down the road from you, he's 365 days a week.
Farm. All of them around where I live. They all live.
That's Christmas Day.
It's non-stop,
it doesn't stop for bank holiday weekends.
They don't have a labour force to say, that's just the way it is.
Maybe we need to be more aware in the cities, and so we need to start. Even your
probably not fair to blame them for all the. Obviously a lot of what they do does affect it, and everyone has to do a bit. But maybe we need to be. I don't know. I think we left it go too long, and now we're trying to squeeze it into a smaller time frame to get to these targets. But look, we'll do our bit here, and that's all we can do.
That's good.
And even if we just wake people up to the fact that there are some initiatives we're trying to do, and it might even if you're just changing a perception of what it is, that's all. That's all we're looking for.
And that's good. And maybe some of the rest of the community centres around, some of them could be doing this at the moment and things like that, but more might get involved. We'd love to work with someone else on it. You're very approachable here as well. Anyone can call you here and things like that. Anytime. And
we're looking for ideas as well. If anyone has any ideas, we're open to that.
That's great, John. That's a great idea, like and things like that. But there's some fantastic things going on here, really. There is some fantastic things going on.
So I suppose, what else? Like in the new year, we will do the gardening again. So we are going to build those raised flower beds. We've been given a spot. I think Owen has agreed to give us a spot in the school before they move out, and so we can do our growing there. And then hopefully, we can, once it's grown and the produce is there, we can bring it to the tutor who's a chef, and they can produce it in the classroom. And then it's lovely to see it to plate. Like all organic, no pesticides.
Just fresh. And as you said, it's great to have the young kids in there.
And to do stuff with the school as well.
Because they are very receptive in there. The young kids in there, they're brilliant. They are very receptive to things in there, and this is another feather in their cap as well. We all know people, especially men that were born an egg, or when they moved out on their own. Well, the same when we were younger.
Yeah, we have cookery classes now, and there is quite a few men in them that want to learn. And
well, that's good.
I remember working in another place, and I was looking after a men's shed, and we built a cookery class, particularly around men who either were single, older men, or whose wives may have passed, and they were old school where the dinner was on the table for them,
of course,
and the lads that were single, takeaways. But what we done was this one pot cooking thing where keep it simple, like a seafood chowder. You're essentially using one pot or maybe a frying pan, and then transfer to pot, and just to show people that it's so inexpensive to get the ingredients from basic ingredients. Now your basics, like your flour and your water and your vegetables and stuff, and to put them together rather than buying food out, which I mean, for what you'd spend in a takeaway, probably you do 2 or 3 meals. Like,
it would easy.
And again, you're kind of
you're eating properly.
What's going into it.
I think that's where some of the visitors to our country that have come to live here and the whole lot, that's where they're putting us to shame. Because they can make dinners up on the spot, kind of thing. Their
culture is based around the
their taste
table.
is better. It's odd. That's where I think we're probably lacking at times there. we're used to the other lives.
No, we're getting better at food, but like, you know,
yeah.
if you ever snap spaghetti in front of an Italian, you'll get your head bit off because they don't, you know, the way we might snap the spaghetti to fit it into the pot. And that's a no-go.
That's a no-go.
There's certain faux pas. And,
or put get a Hawaiian pizza.
Oh God,
that's not a pizza. Oh,
that's no. Well, I wouldn't like that myself.
Yeah, I'm partial to all.
Oh my God,
I don't eat pineapples, John. The healthy ones. But I like the ones that are.
That's like when Cadbury's brought out a Tato bar. Remember they had the potatoes. That's as horrific to me now as that.
Yeah. No, I'm partial to all. As you can see with the size of me, John. I'm partial to all.
Hawaiian. No, you would be in the minority. No, I'd say if I had to guess. I'm not.
No, there's no one else in my house with these.
No,
they wouldn't even think of it.
Ostracised for it, Johnny. You
shunned.
Made to eat your dominoes in your own room, separate to everyone.
I'm going to stay in the kitchen.
Yeah, you're not allowed in. Can't even look at you. That's how much people are against pineapple.
And. Gino De Campo was really brought my attention to it. You know, the fellas on TV.
He just wouldn't have it.
No.
He probably wouldn't even engage with you if you met. So
he wouldn't talk to you probably.
No,
it's just.
You would insult his heritage by eating that.
Tomato. I would.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but anyway, I would not like. Have I tried it even, or is it just the thought? I suppose it's a distinctive flavour,
taste, I think, John,
and you can almost think what it's going to taste like.
It's like this sweet and sour thing, you know.
Not a huge fan of that sweet and sour.
Yeah, it's like even the Mars bars in battle like that.
Yeah,
God, you know, a lot of people
heart attack
with that.
Yeah.
You know, but I've never tried it.
No, you don't want to.
Maybe sometime we visit Scotland.
I can't imagine any. I believe it's nice, but it just sounds wrong.
What is it doing to the inside?
Oh gosh, yeah. Scotland, I think, are the heart attack capital of Europe, anyway, aren't they?
I think so.
I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't think we're too far behind them.
No, well, I don't know the stats.
But even people, when you read up about the real Chinese takeaways that we're getting,
we don't.
Chinese people don't eat that.
No, they don't have a thing called curry.
No, it's a Western taste.
Indians don't have a name for curry. They're like Rogan Josh, and they're what we would consider curry-like.
Yeah,
but they're not. You know, the chip shop curry. That's no one's. I don't know where that came from.
No, I think I'd probably just mass produce. People got the taste for it. And
chicken curry.
It's
the Chinese and fried rice.
That's right.
Very little authentic Chinese food there. No. Maybe they're fried rice a little bit. Probably
that's
not.
But I think they boil everything.
Yeah.
Probably boiled rice and stuff and everything like that. I wouldn't say they fry it. Maybe they do.
They probably do.
But
not to do it. I can't imagine what I bought in the rice bowl across from the station years ago. I don't think it's still there. That's the first time I had a Chinese, and it was alien food to us at the time. And I don't think that was anything like they would have had in, Shanghai, like.
Yeah, we eat kebabs in the Philippines. The Turkish people eat kebabs on a stick with skewer with vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so we
that's another that kebab thing. Oh, that's just.
Oh, John, that's another one.
That's food for inebriation.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
When you were drunk years ago, kebab.
Messy.
Very messy. Yeah, you be smelling it for 3 days, especially me with moustache. You smelled it for 3 days after, John. But I hope we got into that, John.
I don't know.
Fresh food,
climate change.
People having to
low carbon emissions. I don't know. We can link it back to the ovens. I don't know.
You know, but John, it's not a very interesting show. And fair play to all the research you did about it.
No, we're just something we want to get.
Said, it's nice to know that the things going on out there in the city. That these things,
there's loads of other organisations doing bits and bobs. We have to look at it as a collective.
Yeah, I think it's the way forward, John, and we have to do something.
Absolutely.
So, we don't know who we're going to be leaving the earth, so be people coming after us, and what are we going to leave? You know, because like everywhere we've been, all these professors and things that are very rarely wrong are just saying like we're on the road to damnation at the moment.
Yeah,
and it's just a case of having to pull back from it.
Yeah.
You know, John. But no, thanks very much, John. It's a very I'm thanking you for your own show, John. No, the listeners enjoyed today's show, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the show, and hopefully a lot more people out there will start doing that, John. And if they have
contact us.
Contact us.
I'd be looking for volunteers and some stuff.
Well, that'd be fantastic. Anyone that wants to get out for a couple of hours and things and get a bit of their own.
Welcome to come in here.
Come in here. Yeah. You know, they have their own project and in a bit of pride then
we love to see new faces, don't we? We like to meet new people and get them involved in our
It's great, and it's an open door here for everyone as well. And every community centre around the place is an open door for everyone.
Bit of a madhouse, but in a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Most of the time.
Dan, fair play, Chad. Well, we're over now, Tanya. We want to say thanks to Limerick City Community Radio as well for leaving us on the show, and thanks to St Mary's Adult Education Centre as well. And thank you mostly to you, John, because you do all the research for the shows and everything, and you're very good to do it, in fairness. And I'm only here just more so to recording the show for John rather than you're the mainstay, John, and fair play to you. So thanks very much, John.
Yeah.
And thanks to everyone for listening as well, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks' time again on Limerick City Community Radio. So it's over and out from St Mary's Adult Education Centre.
Thank you.
Bye, John. Thanks a lot. Thanks
Bye,
everyone.
bye.